Hey guys, before the start of the episode, I just want to let you know that if you're looking for high fashion, comfortable, and affordable menswear, Peter Miller is the best website for you to shop on. Right now, if you shop on Peter Miller, and if you shop over $200 and or $300, there's gonna be a complimentary shipping and complimentary 2-day shipping respectively. So go check them out now if you're looking to buy some new clothes. Come on, guys. Click the link in bio right now to check them out. Okay, let's roll the clip. Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Gentleman's Discourse. This will be episode 11, episode 11. Really happy to
double
my
digits.
lucky number, actually.
Oh, really?
Actually, my lucky.
Well, you have a lucky number.
Right. Yeah, I guess.
How does that even work?
been-
Well, like, what's even a lucky number?
I've been seeing 11s a lot in my life, I guess. I mean, people call it angel numbers, so I'd
I
say
see.
11's
I guess my lucky
So
number is
this episode-
69.
Speaking of 69, make sure to
Oh.
go follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, Instagram,
God.
and subscribe to the YouTube channel while you're at it. Click
Yep.
the subscribe button in front of you now, and hope you're having a great day, staying healthy, staying hydrated. And
Yeah.
how are you doing, man? How's your week?
I mean, what? It's just school week. What else could happen? Zoom classes every day, right?
Zoom. Okay. I don't know if this happens in your class, but people be asking the dumbest thing ever.
Oh, I
Like,
don't get.
I know-
I guess
I-
some people like trying to be class clowns in the chat, and it's super cringy.
Oh, God. Like sometimes,
Yeah.
like I agree that there are no dumb questions, but then some people be asking questions that you should have known that 5 years ago, man. Or
Like
you can
what?
just simply Google.
Give me an example.
Like someone asked, like I was taking a food nutrition and health course,
Uh-huh.
and someone asked something about like I think they asked about, is lemon going to alter, like is lemon juice going to lower the pH in your stomach or stuff like that? And I was like,
What?
fuck yeah. The fuck, isn't that basic knowledge or something
I mean,
like that? Maybe
that's not really a dumb question. I think that's really interesting. Because your stomach
What?
acid is like it's acidic, right? Yeah. So he's asking whether the volume of lemon juices and how your stomach acid responds to it. So is it going to neutralize it, or is it just going to stay, acidic? That's an interesting question.
I don't think she actually asked about stomach, maybe whatever, but
I don't know.
Maybe
Like,
I'm-
for me,
I'm
that sounds like,
completely
oh, I've
coding.
never actually thought about that. I've always known, your stomach acid is acidic, but I don't know what would happen if you add more acid. It's gonna neutralize. It's gonna
That's true.
right? That's a really interesting
You know what?
question.
You know what? I apologize. I haven't brought that up. You know, I'm the dumb one. I'm the dumb one here. I'm the dumb one.
No.
But
Yeah.
let me redeem
anyways.
myself by telling you the fun fact of the week.
Oh,
Fun fact of the week. And this is called the bullshit sounding but true fact.
All right. Let's hear it.
When you get a kidney transplant,
Uh-huh.
okay, they usually just leave your original kidney in your body and put the third kidney in your pelvis.
What?
Yeah, so you have
Yo,
3 kidneys
what?
in your
Really?
body. Yeah. Wait, do you know that? That sounded so
No.
sarcastic.
No. That. Why though? Why would you not take it out though?
Yeah, someone said
What?
that her husband had 2 transplants and had 4 kidneys now.
What?
And is going to have a surgery to remove the bad kidney because
So-
it's invasive.
But why didn't they do it in the first place?
No fucking idea.
What is this? Is this some like backup battery stuff? It's like one of those spare tires you keep at the back of your car. But then we just like, just in
no-
case
no
that
i-
old kidney starts working again, let me just put it in your
no
pelvis,
idea.
Man, that's
No
weird.
idea. That's so weird, right?
That's so
Imagine having
weird.
3 kids. That's so weird, right?
What?
The fuck? Oh. Okay.
I need to go read up on it. Damn. Yo, this is
But here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
It got me thinking, you know, like because it's like surgery and doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
being a doctor is hard. You need knowledge and you need dedication. That's a given, and I respect all medical workers.
Hmm.
But operating on someone is
Oh
another
yeah.
thing,
Hmm.
right? Operating on someone, first of all, you have to be able to withstand blood and stuff like that in the human body, and then you have to be confident
I mean, the
in
stress level is
yeah,
insane. It's through the roof.
it's
Like you can't afford to make
it is
mistakes.
through you can't even ask around.
Yeah.
Like
Like you can't
imagine,
even be like, yo, what should I do?
yeah, imagine you just cut him open. It's like,
Yeah. Huh.
what's the next step again? I know the third step, but I forgot the next step. Like,
Yeah. It's like
like
when you're programming, you could always like, oh, let me just go on Stack Overflow and look at other people's code. But then if you're operating on someone, you can't go like, yo, what am I supposed to do with this again?
yeah, exactly. Like exactly
Yeah.
that got me thinking how first of all, I don't know if okay, I from SSC IB, I know quite a few people, right? Hugo, you know Hugo, he's a
Yeah.
doctor.
Yeah.
Kelvin, he's a doctor,
Hmm.
and Jeffrey, he's a doctor.
Yeah. Everyone be doctors. We're Asians. Let's
Do
go.
you? I mean, so he. Do you think like I don't know if you. I think you're closer to them. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
Do you think
really.
they're
I only just really know one of them.
okay? But
Like I'm only
do
ever
you
close to one.
think so? They are no doubt geniuses. They are
Yeah, sure.
smart cell, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think they're confident enough? Would they be confident enough in a surgical room or surgery room, whatever
Bro,
you
I
call
don't
it,
know.
operational room?
I don't know, bro.
Do they
Like,
come
it's
off
hard
as
to
that kind of
say.
person?
Uh, I mean, how do you say it?
I feel like out of the three, Kelvin would be the most confident, in my opinion.
I don't know if it has a lot to do with confidence, to be honest. I mean, yes, I think
Okay.
confidence it's like a driving factor, but um, I think as for doctors, you should probably look at their like experiences. But I guess confidence and
Mhm.
experiences go hand in hand. So yeah, I'd say I don't know. See, I can't answer that question because I don't even know what kind of balls you would need to take for you to go up and operate on someone and just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna cut open this artery and just casually seal it back. I don't even know who can do that.
Yeah, I don't
I
even
can't
know that.
imagine someone doing that. So if you tell me he's like they're studying to become a doctor, then I automatically assume they probably have the balls to do it. So I guess everyone does.
Do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think you're confident?
To operate on someone?
No, I mean, no,
Hell no.
no. In general.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah?
Well, if you want to say, I mean, people are confident in different areas, right?
Mhm.
So maybe someone who is, like, for example, you're very knowledgeable in a certain area. Of course, you're gonna be confident about it, right? But if you're talking about like overall confidence, well, there's most certainly there are areas that I'm not confident in. But
Mhm.
in general, I like to believe that as long as I learn, as long as I spend some time, I can be good. So I guess that's confidence.
Yeah, but that is true. As in, like,
Yeah.
we gain confidence through learning and through experience because we know we can do it through trial and errors. We know we can do it. But sometimes, as I like to say, you need to. Let's say you're trying something new. You need to be confident for you to actually concur it, or actually, go through the whole learning curve. Because if
Oh.
you're right, if
Okay.
you're scared from the get-go, I mean, everyone's scared, right? Everyone's scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're scared and you let it get to you and you have zero confidence in yourself, you will never, I don't think you will actually go far in whatever you're doing or learning, right? So in that aspect, do you think you're confident?
Well, I never really required confidence to do that.
Shit.
I mean, my
Really?
learning process is always like every time I go into something new, I already know that I'm gonna suck, so it doesn't even bother me when I like fail, when I mess up, because it's normal. I don't even need confidence. It's like autopilot. It's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna fail. I just started. What do you expect me to do? I'm not some superhuman, so I don't really need
I mean,
confidence.
yeah.
Because
Okay, then
because
I
I'm
feel
like
like
actively looking to like I'm actively expecting myself to fail at like the next second, and I don't see why I would need confidence to push through. It's not like people
okay,
are,
then
yeah. Is
then
that
you, then you
confidence?
then you're in the
I don't
right.
know.
Yeah, I feel like that's because I mean, first of all, it's really really good that you I mean already have the mindset that you're okay with yourself failing because a lot
Yeah,
of
because
people
I
don't, right?
because I fail a lot. I fail a
Same,
lot.
same. But let's say let's say Gentleman Pursuits, right? Gentleman
Yeah.
Pursuits. I started out doubting myself, and I find that doubting myself isn't helping me at all because first of all it drags my energy down, and whenever I hit a tiny bump, I just my mind go crazy as in like, oh my god, is it worth it, is it this, blah blah blah. But now when I'm more and more confident in what I do, or at least I trust myself in what I do, right? Or at least I believe, I convince myself to believe that this is gonna lead me somewhere, then everything I do became easier.
Mm-hmm.
So do you? I think the question is, do you trust yourself enough to lead you that way, or do you, or does your mind play tricks
I
on you
think
sometimes?
I think you just raised a pretty interesting dynamic. So see how you said like when you started, uh, you weren't confident, and then as you kept going on, kept doing more and more, you became more confident, right? Like, I always had this question um, whether you can, whether it's the experiences that you go through, whether is that the factor that gives you confidence, or is like the other way around, where you sort of need that initial
Hmm.
confidence to push through in order for you to achieve that experience, which then feeds back into confidence. I don't know which
I
which
think
comes
for
first. It's like a chicken and the egg thing. I don't know which one comes in first.
I think for me, at least for me, everything kind of still operates in the same way, but because I force myself and told myself that
Ah,
if I don't even trust myself, what even, like, why am I even wasting time on this,
mm-hmm.
right? So I force myself to be like, okay, stop doubting myself. I know this is going to work. I'm confident. I trust myself. I trust my work. Then everything became smoother. At least
Do you
how
think
my
like
mind or
yeah?
mentality became smoother.
Do you
Yeah.
think that trust was like a leap of faith, or did you actively change something? Because
I think.
sometimes, well, for me, I gain confidence the moment I improve. I see results when I put in change, and that change is manifested in positive results. I gain confidence, right? But I don't know how this confidence that you mentioned is manifested. Did you just sort of did you learn something along the way, or did you like improve somehow, or it was just like you just sort of convince yourself that, yeah, I'm gonna do it? Like, which is that?
I guess I learned that not being. I mean, I learned that not trusting myself is fucking everything up. So I have to.
So you
I
sort of
guess
just
that's
made
what I
like
learned.
you just sort of convince yourself that whatever you're doing is like what is gonna
Yeah,
work.
because
So
what you believe is what you do. Yeah. So I think subconsciously, even though
uh-huh.
I want it to work, but I'm doubting it, then it reflects in my work, and my
I
work are
see. I
subpar.
see.
See, as you see, all my stuff was really messy, right? Because mentally, I'm really messy. I was doubting myself. I was not
Hmm.
being able to actually focus on stuff, right? So I
Hmm.
took that,
Yeah.
as you said, took that leap of faith, and tried to be confident, and then more like as time went on, I became more and more confident and stuff like that. But that's just like one tiny instance in life, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of want to know that, where does your confidence come from? Where do you think your confidence come from? Because you said when
Mm,
when things turn out to be positive, it feeds back, right? It feeds back to you. It's like, oh, it worked. Now I
yeah.
feel good about it.
Yeah.
So is that the source, like the positive reinforcement?
I wouldn't say it's positive reinforcement. It's more like a feedback. So it's sort of like an input output thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I test this input and the output is positive, then I know that my input is correct, and I gain a bit of confidence knowing that. So first of all, I can correctly input whatever that is. So that gives me confidence. At least I know what I'm doing. And then the next level is constantly getting right feedbacks. So for example, my input is becoming consistently correct, then I know maybe I'm a bit of an expert. And then it comes to more, if I know that I can teach someone,
Mm,
um, I can help people understand a certain thing, then I know that, oh, maybe I truly understand the topic, because in order to teach someone something, you must first understand that thing. It's sort of like a
mm,
feedback. So I base my confidence level on different subjects based on what kind of feedbacks I get off of
mm.
things, tests, people. It's sort of like it's like input output. You just press this button, see what it does. That's how I build up my
Right, right, right.
confidence. Like I never
Okay, okay,
overestimate
that's fair.
myself unless I have messed with stuff. So I wouldn't say I'm good until I have actually went on and pressed a lot of buttons,
Mm,
failed a lot of times, and then get the right
mm.
input. Then I'm gonna say, okay, yeah, I know a bit of that. So that's where I get my
Okay,
confidence from. I don't. I think I
okay.
base it differently from you. Think I will, from what I've heard, or what you just shared. I think uh, you sort of establish uh, your confidence beforehand.
Yeah,
So like
because I
you
was going
start
to
off
say,
with saying that, okay, I'm confident. All right,
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think,
believe in myself, and then you go forward. But for
yeah,
me, it's
I
like,
think in my
yeah,
mind, in my mind, confidence stems from passion.
yeah, uh-huh,
So yeah, as you said, I need at least a bit of confidence, a bit of confidence before heading into something, or else I feel like this is not going to work at all. So I need to be confident from the get go before I do it, and
but
I
then do
think
you think
that's,
this is confidence, or it's just like reassurance? You know, because I don't know. There seems
well,
like a
how can you be reassuring when you have never tried it before?
well,
Oh,
you could just sort of convince yourself and say, okay, whatever I'm doing is correct. That could be one aspect of confidence. But then in my from what I see, it seems like you're just sort of you're just patting yourself on the back.
I don't think it's reassuring, but I'd
Uh-huh.
say, instead of, if instead of thinking whatever I'm doing is correct, I would think whatever I'm doing is what I want.
Ah.
So even
Huh.
though in the end it failed, this is what I chose. This is what I want.
Right,
So
right,
I
right,
wouldn't
right.
complain. So
So
I
you're
think
sort of
I
like
think
telling
that's
yourself
where,
that I'm not gonna regret it.
yeah,
I
exactly. I
see.
think regret, like not having regret, is a key word here, from like that contributes to my confidence.
Uh-huh. Well, what
And
about
here's,
confidence in like oh yeah. Yeah, keep going.
oh, no, 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 keep going.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, what about your confidence when you're like actually going into doing that thing? Because you just said you need that initial kick of like confidence to have start get going, right? But then what about
Yeah.
your confidence during that phase, when you're like um
Mm.
hit dead ends, run into troubles? How does that affect like your confidence level and how you deal with it?
That's a really good question, because in the end, I feel like, if it's my point of view on confidence. If you
Yeah,
are
I'm
actually,
asking your
yeah,
experience, so yeah,
yeah,
finish.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If if you are actually confident in what you do, even
Uh-huh.
hitting tiny bumps that go against what you believe,
Right.
you will still be confident in yourself, but you are confident enough to make a change instead of dwelling on the failure.
So would you say that your confidence is purely fueled by your willpower? Is that like an accurate summarization?
Yes. I feel like yes. Yeah. I
Ah,
feel like I just tell myself, so let's say public speaking.
yeah,
Okay? Let's say public speaking.
yeah.
I'm scared as fuck,
Okay.
right? And I used to always think that let's you know what? Not even public speaking, let's say doing podcast, okay?
Uh-huh. Right.
Even just interviewing someone, like one-on-one conversation, because it's
Right.
so formal, it's recorded. I'm pressured, I'm scared, I'm nervous, right?
Really?
And yeah, of course. I used to think that, oh
Ah.
my god, like I'm going to embarrass myself, I'm going to say the wrong thing, I'm scared, right? But then I realized is that even though a lot of people are assholes, they want to, laugh at you, but a lot
Uh-huh.
of people that tune into your episode, they actually want to learn something. They actually want to listen to something. So they're low key
Right.
rooting for you to perform well so they can actually get something from it.
I don't want to ruin your party, but I mean, you're just basing off assumptions, though.
Yeah, but see, that's because I will never know, right? I will never know what
Yeah.
other people are thinking. So that's the picture that I paint in my head, and that kicked my anxiety away.
So you just paint a picture and then it goes away.
So I agree with you
Interesting.
that when you say my confidence is solely fueled by my willpower.
Because my confidence is fueled by an entirely different system than what you just mentioned. So
Yeah,
same
yeah.
example.
Enlighten me.
When I actually started recording this podcast, I completely hated the way I was speaking. Like I thought like, oh wow, I just sounded like trash.
Uh,
You know, and even before, I also wasn't really comfortable with public speaking. But then I sort of got over it to a point where you can throw me on stage without a script. I can still manage to not stutter. But I think
yeah.
how I built up confidence was I I kept telling myself I'm not good enough. So I
Oh.
kept trying to find flaws before anyone could even say a word. So before I receive any critique from anyone else, I was the first one to say, you know what, you fucking suck. I was my own hater. And then that forced me to look at the work I did and analyze it and
Shit.
find out
Okay.
what part I messed up, and then that drove me to learn about it and then improve it. And then I kept on improving until I'm satisfied with the result of it. Say for example, I look back at a recording, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good, or yeah, I could do a bit more better. And as this loop of learning, improving continues, like,
Mhm.
and my confidence level slowly builds up. So it's like it ramps
Mm.
up the more I critique myself, try to improve.
Shit.
Yeah, I think my system is fueled quite differently because I was bad at public speaking as well. I was so bad at speaking when I had to, I don't know if you would need to go through like the interview to get into our high school. Did you have to go into like an interview
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so bad at speaking. My mom had to throw me in one of those speaking classes just for me to pass an interview because I cannot speak.
Oh shit.
I
Okay,
cannot talk
okay.
for shit. I was like, oh, my name is Joshua, and I'm 12. That's it. That's all I could say.
Okay.
Yeah, but then
So, I mean-
after I went through the class, it's basically public shaming because I was the worst kid in class, and then everyone has to go around their circle, like writing their own scripts, presenting. But then that process of feeling bad, and then
Yeah.
feeling afraid, that just sort of the fear sort of went away. The more I did it,
Yeah.
the more I practiced, the more I got better. My confidence naturally built up. Whereas in
Okay,
your case,
okay.
it's like an initial boost, and then when you see little bumps, you're just gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna power through it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah,
man.
exactly. Because
I thi-
let's say my what my mind goes through when I'm giving a presentation is that let's say
Yeah.
I have a script.
Uh-huh.
Let's say I have a script, and then I have to follow it. I feel so much more confident in just being myself and speaking. Like, let's say my friend wrote the script for me. You know how high school works, right? They were like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
write the script for you. Just gonna read it
Yeah.
out. Everything's gonna be
Mhm.
okay. And then in the final IBTOK presentation, for people that may not know, I took IB, and there's a TOK presentation about this topic that I barely understand. But
Theory of knowledge.
yes, so it's like a philosophy thing, but I understand
Right.
this one particular topic that I have to present, so I'm like kind of like I know it. That's why, first of all, it made me confident that I can talk about it without a script.
Mm.
And then second of all, is that because I completely ditched the script and just be myself and talk my mind out
Mhm.
instead of being confined by script and so-called formal speaking or whatever. So, but that made me more confident in giving the speech and presenting the product to the class. And I'd say that I think being in my own element gave me a
Right.
confident
Right.
boost too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think scripts
Yeah.
are. I also don't really like scripts as well. I like talking points, like certain points that I have to go over, but I don't like scripts. I can't memorize for shit. Because I see some people are really good at memorizing. They can write a
Not me.
800 to like
Not
2,000 word script, and they can repeat word for word. I'm like, how do you even do it?
Not me,
For me,
man.
it's just writing a
that's-
few like point one. I'm gonna go over this, point two this, and I'm done. And I'm just gonna freestyle on the stage. If I mess up, so be it. It's like that.
Yeah, that's some black magic, man. I can't do that. Yeah,
I cannot
don't.
memorize. But then I see a lot of people doing that back in high school. Like everyone was doing it, and I'm like,
Yeah, 'cause
wow.
Truth be told, the first 20 episodes of the Gentleman Pursuits podcast,
Yeah.
I wrote scripts and I read it out.
Right.
Just
Oh,
exposing
really?
myself here. Yeah, because I was
Really?
not confident at all.
Damn.
And that's like during the phase where everything was still messy and my mind's still messy and I'm not
Damn,
confident
bro.
and I want right.
Yeah.
But then after I was like, you know what, this sounds so robotic.
Right.
Even though I have like different exclamation here and there, make it kind of look like I'm not reading off scripts, I'm still reading off scripts. But then after that, I tried to just write points and try to actually understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then it got way smoother.
Mhm.
It actually sounded, it came from someone like from his own perspective.
Yo, I didn't know. Like I've heard your first few episodes. I thought they were like pretty okay. I never thought they were scripted, honestly.
Okay,
They did-
not
they did not
actually,
look
not
like they were
not completely scripted from beginning to the end, but
Uh-huh.
important parts. They're
Right.
short paragraphs that I read it out instead of using it in my own words.
Okay. Yeah,
But maybe I write the script in like informal speech, so when I read it out,
Right.
it sounds like I'm actually talking. But yeah, that was me back then. But here's another thing that I'm interested in about confidence is that
Uh-huh.
to like when you're confident from the outside world, it is really easy to be mistaken as being cocky or being ignorant. So
Yes, I have gotten that.
to be honest, I don't know where to draw the line.
I have actually gotten that comment quite often.
You're cocky or you're confident?
Yeah, people say I'm cocky.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, I don't think I am. But
Or I don't think. You
I think even I think it was last semester or something. So before this whole online Zoom class was a thing, we still had projects. We still had a present. What is that present? I don't know. Okay, never mind.
Please.
Present. A
Please. If one of y'all says some silly ass name, y'all gonna feel my. Okay, yeah, continue.
Aaron present.
Present.
But yeah, I had to present in front of. It was I think it was like a entrepreneurial class thing where you had to design a product. Yeah, you had to design a whole product. You have to sell it to pitch the whole thing to. They actually had sort of like investors coming in But then those people were
yeah.
just, they're actually investors, but they were just there to, give us advice on how we could improve our sales pitch and whatever. So I was in this group. So we were gonna make like so-called like an app demo, so application, like a mobile phone app. But then
Okay.
are my group mates are really into that idea, and of course, within one semester, you can't actually produce an app. So it was more like a prototype thing. So it's like a prototype demo. But
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, you know what? I think you guys aren't gonna cut it with that thing. So just in case you guys have nothing to present, I'm gonna make a mobile phone game on my own, and I'm gonna do like a demo on my own, just in case you guys can't make that app in time. So I'm gonna do everything myself, and if you guys can't come up with a presentation, I'm gonna take over. Initially, they were like, "Whoa, this guy's, he's on some other level shit."
Oh, you told them that you
Yeah, I
actually are
told
gonna
them.
do.
So I
I
told
mean,
them
okay,
like,
that's the wrong part. Then you shouldn't have told them.
no, I wanted to get
Yeah,
it fast because
yeah.
I
I
think that
understand. You're
okay.
not cocky.
So first
You're
of
not
all,
cocky.
First of
You're
all,
not
I know
cocky.
that this idea is bad because you're rushing is something that you can't finish. So I'm still gonna help with your application. Like I'm not gonna completely go like, nah, fuck your app. I'm gonna do my own thing. No, I'm still gonna help, but I'm just gonna
Yeah.
let you guys know, just in case we can't finish this, I have this prepared, Initially, their responses were really mixed. They were like, whoa, I don't think this is a good idea. We should work together as a team. This is a group project. You shouldn't be like this, blah, blah, blah. And then in the end, lo and behold, they didn't make it in time. My project saved the whole grade. End of story, right?
Yeah. This is like really good, but I feel like you came off as cocky instead of
Yeah.
you actually being cocky. You came
But I
off
get
as
that
being
comment a lot.
cocky. Oh shit.
People
Maybe
say,
you
"Oh,
are
you're not
cocky
gonna
then.
prepare." I'm like, "No, why would I need to prepare? I find it better when I go talk impromptu and they give me like this, that glance thing."
Okay.
Yeah, but they don't
Okay.
know how much
But,
time
yeah.
I've spent like practicing, or how many
Yeah.
times I've actually did this before, where to a point that now, okay, I don't really need to practice, or I don't need to script before I go on and present for like 20 minutes straight in front of a whole crowd. They don't know the amount of
Yeah.
effort I've put in before that, like years of experience with public speaking.
Yeah.
They can't see it. All they can see is this dude has the audacity to not go with a script and not write his script. But then, they
they
all shut up
just-
after
yeah.
I actually started talking. So anyways. So I
mean,
think,
yeah,
for people, like a good solution for facing your doubters is just to prove them wrong with your action, to be honest. That's like the best thing you can never do.
But here's the thing though: does it really matter, like proving them wrong? I mean, I before, so I don't know if you've heard. I think you've heard because my reputation in high school is not that good.
Oh, you're like literally like, I bet.
Hey, tread lightly, okay? Tread lightly. I'm not
I
exposing
bet.
myself here. I'm just saying,
Okay.
my high school reputation is not that good, and I used to care a lot because once again, looping back to the topic, I was not actually confident with myself, and I'm insecure. That's why.
Yeah,
when
your
someone-
self-image. You're self-conscious about it.
Yeah, and then when people say, "Oh, he did that," blah blah blah, he's
an
like that.
asshole.
I want to prove them wrong.
Right.
Because I want to be liked, and I don't want the negative comments circulating again. But then after high school, right? I mean, it's easier when you're not within the problem. After high school, I realized, like, why am I trying so hard to prove to them that I'm not that kind of person?
Right.
All I need, the opinions that matters are from people that know me.
Right. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, and then once I actually understand that, which took me like a year, because I feel like first year of university, I was still that kind of person because I don't know, university, new environment. But second year, I like understood. It was like, okay, you know what? You guys can keep talking all that nonsense over there. I'll just do my own thing. and and it was so much more peaceful.
Yeah, I think this is
once I didn't care.
this when it comes to what you talked about, where like your personal image, and you know, if you're self-conscious about your like what people think about you, this is actually really interesting because you know, I've talked about earlier about my feedback system with building confidence, right?
Hmm.
This is the one case where this system doesn't apply. I straight up, I've learned to, just like you said, not give a fuck.
Yeah,
And I find
yeah,
that
that's
helps
like
the most. Because
yeah,
back in high
exactly.
school, I also, I don't want to say I have like really bad rep, but people sort of mistook me for someone who was like really mean, and I guess it was my height or was my the resting face. Because people say that why do I have like this resting face that I want to punch someone? People say that my resting face is like pissed off, but then I'm just tired and frustrated most of the time, so I tend to wear a frown everywhere I go. But anyways,
uh,
you know, you had people tell you
Same.
after a while like, yo, when I first met you, I thought you were like
Oh,
this,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Exact. Oh my! I
Yeah,
thought you were a little bit intimidating when I first saw you, but
yeah,
oh, it turns out
I
you're
thought
actually
you
pretty.
were like really like a jackass and an asshole, but then I got to know you, you're super nice. I'm like, eh, thank God I
I
didn't pay
mean,
attention to what people thought about me,
yeah, it
because
would.
that would
Yeah,
have wasted a lot of time.
that consumed
That
me
could have waited
a
a
big
lot
time.
of time. Because I
And
just,
another.
you know, I cared. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I don't care. I care. Of course I
Oh yeah,
care,
yeah.
right?
I care. Yeah, we cared, but not
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, I don't want to say not anymore, but I just sort of, I know my boundaries where I know what kind of stuffs that I can control and what kind of stuffs are out of my control, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
for
yeah. Well
example,
said. Well said.
um, I can control my how I view myself. So you know, if I want to present myself in a well dressed manner, and you know, I want to make myself presentable. That's just me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, you know, part of kind of my controllability. For example, I want to go to the gym. I want to have a healthy lifestyle. I want to make myself presentable, not to anyone else, but I just want to make myself feel better, because I don't want to. Okay, this might trigger people, but I don't want to be like overweight and then, you know, have like feeling lethargic all day, that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there are some stuffs that you can control, whereas, you know, some people are gonna say, oh my god, he's so ugly, bro, like, yo, this guy's so skinny, or man,
Mm-hmm.
he got no legs, he's skipping leg day, whatever, right? So these
Mm-hmm.
kind of comments you can control. Then I've learned over the years to, you know, just sort of let them, they get just sort of get filtered out into like background noise.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. And another thing, this may be a huge jump from what we were talking about, but another thing is that I've noticed throughout the year is that, let's say you and I obtain or attain confidence from our experience or from
Mm-hmm.
doing stuff.
Right.
But a
I
lot of
agree.
people gain their confidence from people faking it to them.
So
As in,
like being in the center of attention too long.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Or
Uh-huh.
like, I don't know, when you came in last and you got a trophy for it, and then young kids would feel like, oh, well, I got a
Oh,
trophy.
I have that problem. I know what it. Well, so my problem isn't exactly like that, but it was something I had to fix, which is like the opposite of what we were talking about. It was, so we talked about confidence issues and how we want to build up confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had this issue where I was overly confident with myself,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So throughout my childhood, growing up, I kept getting told that I'm smart. You know,
Yeah.
every teacher said, "Oh, you're really smart." Parents said I'm really smart. People around me said I'm really smart. And then, you know, when you grow up thinking like that, you sort of act differently. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
so
Exactly.
I never really tried. I never really studied. I never really like paid too much effort into anything because I thought like, I'm smart anyways. I'll just put in the minimum and I'll still pass. Who cares, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like even during high school, it was sort of like that. You know, like who cares? Nah, I'm gonna get into college anyways. I don't need to study. I'll just do the bare minimum. Yeah, you guys work your ass off. I don't care. I'm just sitting here. I'll be gaming. Like that was me in high school.
First of all, fuck you.
I mean, it did work out in the end, but that sort of caused a lot of problems down the line. Where when I actually tackle hard problems, you know, sometimes I get overly confident with myself, and because you're so used to that confidence level, or I was so used to that confidence level, that I start to avoid hard things. So, you know, instead of trying to challenge myself, I just gonna be like, yeah, this thing's not for me. I'm just gonna avoid it.
Oh, because yeah, okay.
Because I was told I'm smart, and I can't.
Were you low key afraid of like failing?
I was. I was.
Okay,
I was
yeah,
afraid of failing. But then, you know, college, year after, you know, I sort of learned that, oh yeah, failing is normal, and being smart has nothing to do with failing or succeeding. Like being smart is so arbitrary that I think it's actually detrimental saying that someone is smart when they're small. Like if I had a kid, I would never say he's smart. I would never be like, no, I wouldn't be like, you're dumb. If he got a good grade for it, if he got a good grade, I would focus on whether he actually tried. Because if he gets for example, if you get 100 in like a math test, but you didn't even try, yes, you're smart, but by affirming that, it's gonna lead to problems. So you're gonna have that kid only ever want to do things that he's good at. And whenever he encounters hard stuff, which is inevitable, he's either gonna A, fail, B, run away. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And that was my problem as well. I had to deal with that at the end of high school when I was sort of adapting into college, because, you know, in college there's a lot of stuff that I actually don't know. I'm not good at, right? I might just sleep over high school and still get into college, but that doesn't guarantee that, you know, I can carry
college
that
is so
thing
much
into
more
college.
different.
That's why I had like a year where my GPA just flopped because I was avoiding. Because, you know, I thought, yeah, okay. I'm not good at this, you know, I'm not gonna even try. But then, you know,
okay.
And then after that I started to learn that, okay, failing is like a norm, and I had to relearn this whole confidence issue.
This is such an interesting thing, because you and I, although we get along, we click, we have such different life experience. Because completely opposite of what you experienced when I was younger, a lot of people always tell me, do not be so confident in yourself. That's what they tell me.
Oh, I had that growing up as well.
I grew up to be like, but this kid.
But then the thing is, my parents keep telling me, oh, don't be too confident. But then I'm always, you know, low-key a little bit cocky and be like, nah.
No, like a lot of people just tell me, like, don't be so confident in yourself, you're not that good. That's what they tell me. And I like, at first, I mean, actually, till now, I still find that comment to be repulsive, because that's just condescending.
When they say you're
to be
not
honest.
that good?
Yeah. Like, not that I care now, but like whenever it hits, it's just okay, it doesn't sit right. But before, because I was told that so many times, like throughout my upbringing, I actually don't feel confident in myself. Because whenever I feel confident, I immediately connect that to maybe my parents telling me, oh, don't be so confident, you're being so cocky now, what happened to you, who have you become, you know, that kind of stuff. So subconsciously,
so they try to shut you down whenever, you know.
Yeah. So subconsciously, I'd be like, okay, maybe I'm not that confident, or blah blah blah.
I think this is like a cultural issue.
Fuck. All the way looping back to the first episode.
Yeah, this is the Asian parent thing. Like my mom keeps feeding me these kind of ideologies where, like, oh, even if you're good, you shouldn't, you know. You should just stay low key, not tell people about it, not even like show it. I'm like, then there's this
Yes,
part of
I
me
mean,
that's like, hey, then what's the point of working so damn hard if I can't even show off my talent and be like, hey guys, look at me, bro. Hey, I'm chilling, you know.
that's
But
true.
then I
That's true.
understand where they're coming from. Like, I understand this sort of philosophy, but I think it's
Yeah, I understand.
mostly a
Yeah,
cultural thing.
I understand
But
the
yeah, it does
philosophy.
have
I
a
understand
lasting
where
effect. I would agree that it does have a lasting effect.
exactly. It took me
Yeah.
fucking 19 years to actually make myself still like be confident in myself again. That yeah, I
Damn.
understand. I understand where
Oh,
that came from, but I think it's just the
the
poor
delivery was
execution of
really
it. Yeah, the
poor.
poor delivery. Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
delivery was
That that
really, really poor.
that
Yeah,
traumatized
they
me.
could have, or not they, or like like anyone. If you want to say something like that, could have phrased it in a better way, especially when you're talking to kids at a younger age, right?
Yeah, like try to find, I'd say, a milder or lighter way to instill confidence in them. Like
Mm-hmm.
you want to instill confidence in them, but you do not want them to be cocky, and but you do not want them to be not confident in themselves at all, right?
So, what do you
So
think is like the perfect middle ground? For example,
how to tell
reassure
people,
people when you see them did something good. Like, what do you think is like the best way to do it? Or like, for example, you had a kid, right? Or you see someone
mhm,
else's kid, and then they did really well in like a test or something. You want to praise them for it, but then you don't want to give them this false sense of confidence where like, oh, you tell them they're smart, and then but you also don't want to be like, yeah, it's only an A plus, you're still bad. You don't want to do that. So what do you think is like a middle ground for that solution?
I feel like just properly celebrating or congratulating people will do. Let's say they
Right.
got an A plus. Let's say the kid got an A plus. Like hell yeah, you got an A plus. That's so good. But you like, I think that's enough, and you don't really have to say, "Oh my god, you're so smart. You can do anything. You can," right? That just make them believe. I mean, yeah. I mean, okay, you can do anything. Like if you set your mind to, you can do anything. But
Right.
don't make them believe that they have to, like they can do anything without changing anything.
Right. Right.
That's the wrong idea a lot of people
Yep.
gave
Yep.
their
Yep.
kids, because right, a kid can comprehend. They when you
Yeah.
say they're smart, I'm
They
smart,
take it
right?
word for word. They
Yeah, yeah,
literally take
exactly,
it word
exactly.
for word.
So be careful in how you talk to your kids when it comes to yelling at them
The
or even praising
audiences.
them.
I mean, if anyone's even listening at this point, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, who are you guys to educate my kid? You're only like 20."
We were kids, okay? So
True.
listen.
First-hand experience.
Yeah,
This is the
confidence.
customer's feedback report. All right.
So out of 10 at this point in life, how confident in yourself are you?
Right now,
Yeah.
I'm always at a 5. I'm
After
I'm
all
like,
these talk,
yeah,
well,
because
I thought
5 is a
I
perfect
thought you're confident.
balance,
I thought
right?
you're confident in yourself. No, no.
No,
I mean,
it's a 5
no. One to
because
one
5
to
is in the
10
middle.
being, no 10 being healthily confident. Okay.
Oh,
10 being
healthily
healthily
calm. Oh,
confident.
then sure,
Yeah,
give it
yeah,
a
yeah.
10. I don't care.
Oh, you're
But then
giving
if
10s.
you're like a scale of confidence or like 1 to 10, I'm gonna be on the 5 because I'm not overly, like I'm not like 0, but I'm not like 10, so I'm in the middle. So I feel like that's a good
Yep.
place to be. So I don't think that I'm bad, but
Okay.
I don't think that I'm better than anyone else or everyone else in this case because confidence issues.
Yep, that's
Right.
totally fair. I think I'm at like.
But then there's
like
this
like a
also
7.
another interesting phenomenon that I have observed is that people seem to really, really hate it whenever you're like displaying some achievements or something.
That does not even have to do with confidence, man. That's just them being insecure,
Well, like,
and they.
I feel like it does take quite a bit of confidence level in order to appreciate other people's achievements, don't you think?
Yeah, but I feel like mainly when you, let's say, you are sharing your achievement and people hate on it, or at least like be jealous, is because that came from a place of insecurity and hatred at some point,
Right.
right?
But do you
Because
do you do you do that? So you sort of seek to like boost your confidence level by flaunting your achievements? Or not flaunting, or just displaying. Do you think that's like a, or do you use this method to increase your whatever confidence?
no, because
No?
I learned that no one would actually care.
No
To be
one
honest,
actually clear. Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, no one would actually care you being successful unless they're like your close friends, family, whatever. But whenever you fail,
True.
everyone's there. So I was like,
True.
you know what? Why am I even
Everyone's
flaunting?
like vultures, you know.
Exactly.
They'd be
They're
hovering over your
only
ass.
they're only going to buy the tickets to your downfall, man.
Right. That is actually
That's
quite true.
yeah. So why flaunt? To be honest, no one like not a lot of people know that I'm doing Gentleman Pursuits.
Oh yeah. I
Like
haven't
even
told a lot
though
of people as well.
yeah, because even though it's
I
not
just
a
want it to
big
be like
achievement
a
to them,
organic thing. I
yeah,
don't even
yeah.
want like people to
Even though it's
spread
not
it
a
for me.
even though it's not a big achievement to them, it's a big achievement. It's a really big achievement for myself. But I still wouldn't mention it because like, what's the fucking point?
I think it's just mostly like it's just a thing that I enjoy doing, and
Yeah,
if it's successful and it so happens it reaches your ear, then sure, you know, why not?
yeah,
But I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
go and like, yo, dude, like check out my podcast. Go share it with your dog, your cat, your grandma. I'm not gonna be
Hey,
like
share with your dog, your dogs.
that. Your dogs, bro. But yeah,
But yeah, that
I
that
think
is
at the
that.
end of the day, we can all agree that confidence stems from within, whether like no matter what kind of system you use, right? Be it you sort of reinforce it beforehand before you be your own hype man and hype yourself
Yeah,
up, or you're more analytical and you observe the results and different feedbacks from things you do. I think no one can like provide you that confident boost other than yourself. So I think that confidence at
yep,
the end of the day still stems from within. As long as
yep,
you don't have to be like, you know, super like over the top like arrogant. It's not even confident about it, but I think it's good to always have this
yep.
fair view of yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
know, to look
Because
at
you're
to look at yourself for
you're
who
your
you are,
best.
who you
Yeah,
really
you're your
are.
best ally. You're your best ally.
Yep.
You have to be confident in the only
Right.
ally.
Yeah.
So thank
And
you.
yeah,
One
time is
for anyone
up
that's still
again.
staying. For anyone that's still staying here with us,
52-minute
I don't
mark.
think I don't. To be honest, I don't think anyone has ever stayed till the 50-minute mark. So I'm gonna say some really dumb shit here. I'm I'm gonna say that.
This is the
I'm gonna say some.
post 50 section. We're entering a danger zone here because we're gonna just say some dumb shit.
I'm gonna say that Travis Scott is super overrated. Billie Eilish's
Oh.
music sounds the same,
Oh,
and
oh,
and
oh.
Bruno Mars. I don't know what
Uh-huh.
changed him, but his earlier music, his heartbreaking musics, are the best. That other stuff are just.
Yo, somebody get this man. But yeah,
Anything
whatever.
anything risky you want to say? Hey, not too risky, man. Not too risky.
Cereal is just soup.
Hey, no. Hey, no, no, no. Hey, you know what? We're gonna have a long ass debate after this. Okay,
Nah,
thank you guys
whatever.
for.
I hope you guys
listening.
enjoyed this episode. If you stay with
Yeah.
us for this long, we really appreciate it. Really means a lot. If you guys give us any feedback, always welcome. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment down below on what you think. And that's it for this week. So as usual, stay safe, stay hydrated. Hope you guys have a wonderful week and see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye.